Alright, today we have multiplying rational numbers, lesson 3.3. So, multiplying fractions, this is kind of nice. We're starting off with the easiest because all you need to do is multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and then write in simplest form. That's it. So, if we have this first example here, 1/6 times 2/3, just multiply straight across. 1 times 2 is 2, and 6 times 3 is 18. That's it. You just multiply a fraction. The only thing that we need to do, however, is simplify. Alright, and 2 goes into both of those, divide by 2, so we've got 1/9. Tomorrow in class I'm going to show you with some pictures of why the multiplying works. But right now I just want to do the straight math. And then we've got 5/12 times 6/10. Again, multiply straight across. So I've got 30 over 120. Here's the nice thing. Do you see how they both have that 0 at the end? If you just knock off those zeros, it's like dividing both by 10. Now we've got 3/12. You can divide by 3 on both sides, and that fraction reduces down to 1/4. One thing that's really going to help you is if you look for common factors. If you look for common factors in the numerators and in the denominators, you can simplify before you multiply. So, for example, if we have, and let me write this a little nicer, if we have 3/4 and we're multiplying it by -7/9, if we look through for common factors with the numerators and the denominators, right now I see 3 right here and I see 9 right here. 3 goes into 9. So I can say, well, 3 divided by 3 is just 1, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. That's what I mean about you can start to look for common factors. So now multiply straight across. 1 times 7, yes, I'm ignoring the sign. 1 times 7 is 7. 4 times 3 is 12. And a positive times a negative is a negative. And 7/12 is already reduced. You don't have to do anything to it. Alright, B. I know it looks a little funky, but it says -2 1/3 is being multiplied by -2 5/7. Alright, just a second here. Alright, one mistake people make is that they think they can multiply the whole numbers and then multiply the fractions. You can't do that. You can't separate it because that's not a separate fraction. Alright, so I want to change these to an improper fraction. Remember, an improper fraction is not a wrong fraction. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so we've got -7/3, and we're going to multiply that by 7 times 2 is 14, and 14 plus 5 is 19, so we've got a -19 over 7. So again, look for factors. I can see that both of them have a 7, so these cross out and just give you 1. And then when you multiply straight across, I'm ignoring the signs, you get 19 over 3. And then a negative times a negative is a positive. So it's going to be 19/3. And then if we simplify that, if we actually take 19 divided by 3, right, I'm not going to do it out, but you would see that you would get 6 1/3. We're going to spend time with that tomorrow in class. Alright, so now a little bit of evaluating. Evaluate expressions with fractions. Evaluate half of AB if A is 6/7 and B is -4/9. So we just need to substitute or replace those variables in with the fraction. So it's going to be, oops, I'm sorry about that, 1 second. I forgot to put my pen on there. There we go. Alright, so if we have 1/2 times A, which is 6/7, times B, which is -4/9. Alright, and we can multiply straight across. So 1 times 6 is 6, and 6 times 4 is 24. I'm ignoring the signs. And I'm going to do this a different way. I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to say, since it's all multiplying, I can do this. 7 times 9 is 63, and 63 doubled is 126. Alright? So now, a positive times a positive is a positive. Positive times a negative is a negative. Alright? I'm not going to worry about simplifying right now, but you would need to reduce that fraction. Alright, so here's an example of where you might need to multiply fractions. The first hill on a certain roller coaster is 255 feet tall. The first drop on another roller coaster is about 11/20ths as tall as the first coaster. Find the height of the hill on the second roller coaster. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to multiply those numbers together. We need to take, let me get my pen again, 11/20ths, and we need to multiply by 255. Hopefully you noticed the problem. We need to multiply fractions. So we need to change 11 over 20 times 255 over 1. Make that a fraction. Alright? Now, right now, I can see something. I don't know if you can, but I see that this ends in a 5 and this ends in a 0, which means both are divisible by 5. If I take 20 divided by 5, I get 4. And if I get 25 divided by 5, then I get 51. So that's going to take some ease off of simplifying there. So now all I have to do is multiply. And 11 times 51 is going to give me 561. And 4 times 1 is simply 4. The next step that I would do is divide, but I'm not going to spend time doing that on here. Alright, we're going to do that in class more, but your answer would be 140 and 1/4. Alright, that's what it would simplify down to. Alright, so we're going to be looking at problems like this in class tomorrow. Alright, see you then.